Hey T!
I am excited to catch up with you. So, the last time I interviewed you, you were a BBC trainee, fresh to the industry, and you were working as a team assistant for the BBC Children's scripted development team. What have you been up to since, and where are you now?
So currently I work as an assistant script editor at BBC Children's in the indie team. And when I last spoke to you, I was a trainee development assistant in the drama in-house team at the BBC. After that role, I actually was really blessed, and I went on to work on a production called Katie. Katie was a 3-part drama that the in-house drama development team developed over years, and it was with a writer called Tom Bidwell, and Tom Bidwell's written on My Mad Fat Diary. He did Watership Down that came out on the BBC during Christmas. He's like an amazing writer, so to have that opportunity to cross over into production and be, my role at that point in time was a trainee assistant script editor, was amazing. It kind of gave me the opportunity to work with crew, to work with the writer and the director and the producers on the script to like make it ready for production, which was an amazing experience. And it just kind of gave me that opportunity to be on set, which was something that I really wanted to do. After that, I worked as a development assistant across 2 teams, the animation development team and the interactive scripted team. And both teams were amazing. I learned quite a lot. But one of the things from working in the interactive scripted team was it was almost like a Instagram teen drama that I worked on my role on it was a story editor, even though I was still working as a development assistant. And basically that role as a story editor means that you are working with writers on the scripts, making sure that they're in good condition, storylining at times. We went and did some outreach, which was really cool, with some young care leavers, because that was a really big topic in what we were looking at. And we did so much research in terms of Instagram and how to tell stories on there.
What's been the biggest highlight of your media career so far?
I basically found out that I had won funding to make a short film, and this was with the Female Film Force. Bumble did this initiative to kind of get female filmmakers to make more content, and they had this basically this competition for you to submit an idea for a short film. And the people that I ended up working with, we ended up winning the competition with there were 5 teams overall that won. And my script, ended up winning with the team. So that was a massive personal achievement, making a short film. We had a private screening at London Short Film Festival, and it was a really amazing project to be part of. So many people entered. We had no idea that we were going to get to the final stage and actually win that competition. And for me to kind of be part of a group of women, black strong women, telling an amazing story about a black empowered engineer, that's really rare. So that's the biggest highlight for me, because I was able to tell a story with a group of people of a character that we don't always see on media, and writing that script and working on that team and seeing how it was brought to life at all the different stages of production made me want to make more films and be more involved. And to have amazing black women in it. We had an amazing lead called Adelaide, and Angela Griffin played one of the teachers called Dr. Ibaronke. So to have 2 black powerful women in a short film that I'd written will be the biggest highlight of my career.
What's been the biggest hurdle of your media career so far, and how did you overcome it?
Balancing. I made the short film while I was still working at the BBC. So I think it was an empowering time, but it was also a very stressful time, because I was balancing so many different things. And at that point in time, I was my role was across 2 teams. So I was across animation development team and the interactive scripted team, and balancing both of those teams and the content and the work, as well as my short film was difficult at times, because a lot of it comes down to time management, and you want to put your best in both teams. You want to give your all, and you want to make sure that you are representing yourself in the best way. So for me to kind of overcome that hurdle, I had to really learn about time management and do it and communication, communicating to particular people about, actually, I feel like I'm overworked, or I feel like I'm getting a bit too much work. Is there a way that we could, stagger this over more time, or is there a way that I could, do a bit more on these days and less on those days? So I think the key thing is communication.
What's been the biggest difference between your career now and when you first started?
I think the biggest difference between my career now and when I first started is confidence. Confidence was a really big thing that I struggled with in terms of speaking up and making the most of me being in that room or at the BBC. And I think I've had so many amazing mentors, line managers, people who've supported me over the time, that I've really grown in confidence. And I think I've really become entrepreneurish. Is that a word? I've become more like an entrepreneur in terms of going for what I want. And a big reason for that, I want to give them a shout out, is for Sister FM. They're like a tribe of black women we met when we started at the BBC, and we all support each other and celebrate our achievements and push for the biggest opportunities. And I think for me, that's what I want my life to be about, to go for things and strive and be passionate and make the most of opportunities. Currently in my role as an assistant script editor, I primarily, work with scripts and stories, but I now go to so many sets because I want to know about all the process of production. I do a lot of things on the side as well, outside of work. So I think the difference from when I started is that I kind of really push for more opportunities and really make the most of everywhere I am.
What's next on your career's bucket list in terms of goals and ambitions that you want to achieve?
My next ambition and goal, my biggest goal, is inspired by Ava DuVernay, who is a massive inspiration of mine. I want to set up a production company that really pushes for content for people of colour, and that's really important to me. And I think it's something that, in my current role, because I'm working in the commissioning team, I get to work with head of BBC Children's and not only just the indie drama team, but that. And I think I've learnt more about the business side of making things. And I was like, actually, I want to take control of that narrative. So that's something I really want to do. I want to write another short, and I'm currently writing a short film looking at a black girl who reads books. That's all I'm going to say for now, but I'm writing that. And I just kind of want to continue writing stories and making content and seeing about the roles on the full production. So I would love to try producing, I would love to try even directing, which is something I never really thought of, but I think I definitely want to be more involved. So I'm currently shadowing people and making the most of that.
What advice would you give to your past self starting out in the industry?
To relax. I think sometimes you're in certain places and you overthink things. Should I do this? Should I do that? And I think everything that I've done has led me to where I am now. And I was like a sponge, and I still am like a sponge. So I would say relax, just make the most of the opportunity. You're doing a good job. You're going to be fine. You're working hard. You're putting the hours in. Relax, enjoy it, and continue being a sponge and soaking up and making those contacts, because those contacts are mentors and they will help you on your journey wherever you go. So that would be my advice.
Thank you for joining me in today's Careers Corner, Lou. It's been so great hearing from you, and you've just done so much and come so far since we last spoke. So all the best and take care.
Thank you for having me, T.